Just got off phone from him this morning. He called me and I asked how far, what is going on. Did Harrison confess that he took that money? He said there is no such confession. That now Harrison has been able to break down his modus operandi. As a security expert that has been helping people go into the bush to rescue their victims, it's imperative that he keeps some of this information to himself. But when the chips are down now, the poor boy has spilled, this is how I operate. Now listen and listen good. If you cannot listen and listen good, please read my write-up till the end, Biko, so that nobody will come to that post to write unnecessary talk or ask me unnecessary question, because that's not in the vex me. Read, comprehend before you drop your comments. Biko. Now, Harrison was forced to spill everything and how he operates. He said in his confession, he said that when ransom money is given, they take out a huge sum from the ransom money and replace it with a prototype. A prototype is like fake cash. And replace it with a prototype money. Because it's in that prototype money that you can easily attach a chip. You guys know how our Naira is now. Especially Naira that is going to be used to pay ransom. Usually weak. Chips cannot stay on it. So he places the chip, the tracking chip, on that prototype money. So a huge sum of the money is removed and replaced with a prototype that is fake cash, where they now put this chip on. It's on that chip that they can now, be able to catch, to track these people and catch. So according to him, it's not my testimony. According to him, that was done. And that was done in the presence of the family member who this family gave him to monitor him, arrange, and count the money. The guy was in the room when all these things were done. He said he didn't do it in presence of the family members because he doesn't know who is who. So they gave him one. He insisted that one person must be with him, and one person was there in the room with him when he was rearranging, counting, and doing his job. So the chip was placed, and at midnight they went into the bush to pay this ransom. Now, when they dropped the ransom, these bandits insisted that it's only the lady they will release. Now, come to think of it, what if the whole money was donated, was dropped, and still they gave him only one of the victims? So when he dropped that ransom, only the pregnant woman was released to them. And there, he said what he noticed when he went to the bush was that they all wore masks, even though the weather or whatever, the day was dark. They went at midnight. Everywhere was dark. They still wore masks. That the ones he has been saying, they used to leave their face when it's time to, do all these operations. That most of these bandits don't cover their face. But this one, they covered face from head to toe. They covered everywhere, so nobody can trace who they are. So when they released this woman to him, he went also in the company of other people. Other people also went to pay ransom. He went in their company. And when they released this woman to them, this woman started begging. And he was calling on his younger brother to forgive him. That is his testimony. I wasn't there. He said, I'm just a third-party reporter. That he was calling on his younger brother to forgive him. Whatever I've done in the life, please forgive me. Because he was thinking that they had come to release both of them, but they released only his wife. So he now started begging, crying, wailing that his younger brother should please forgive him for whatever he has done. He should please, save him. So he took the lady that he gave him and left, because he has already placed a chip in the money that was given to these people. So he took the lady and left. In the morning, they say after operation, they go to the police to report. So they now went to the police station and reported. It was while they were there that they got information that the money was not complete. Guess who made that got that first-hand information? The same younger brother this man was begging. Was the one that called and said that the money Harrison submitted to these people is not complete. So the police, and he went in the company of one of their family members, who also has been with him for this operation. So the guy brought it to the notice of the police people, and they said asking him, the money no complete. Him at first was trying to hold on to his confidentiality, because he knows how he operates. He was trying not to tell them, oh yes, this is how it is. But when they kept pressing and pressing, he said, okay, please, this is what I do. You guys called me in to assist. I was on my own. You called me to assist, and I came here to assist. Allow me to do my job. This is how I work. This is how I work. They insisted. You go bring the money, blah, blah, blah. The next day, they don't one way to beat them. Nice, I bet, wait, man, go bring on the money come. I didn't take the money for my personal gain. After all, it's not in my account. I kept it aside and replaced it with the prototype, which I will, though it's just now he's talking about the prototype, which I was also going to give back to the family after the successful operation and the recovery has been made. You can go to his wall and verify how he has been operating. Whether it is fake or not, we don't know. So he told them that, and then they told him to go and bring the money. So he went to his room on his own. Now only him waka go to the hotel room, brought the money and gave to the police people. He was the one that brought the money and gave them. But because the bad blood is already there, they don't already agitate. They, you know, the police advised him to leave his car and just enter transport and go. So him and his teammates left their car. He went with his teammates. Him and his teammates decided to leave his truck at the police station. Not that they impounded it or they seized it. No, only him keep him because investigation was still going to be on. And he took a public transport back to his town. He left the town for them that night. He gave them that money before he left. So when it was now online, and he begged them not to go online yet until this man is released, that they should not expose anything first, that he's still working and he's willing to finish the job he was called to do. So, but before we knew what was happening, they've already gone online to start dragging him, and the dragging started. Harris is still money, Harris is still money, Harris is still money. Why he steal the money, we don't know. Whether he steal the money, we don't know. The reason for him to remove the money, we don't know. So, when the news was now online, first of all, it was like a faceless account. Later, someone came up with a face, I think it's Z04 or something they call him, came up with a face and narrated that Harrison collect money, blah, 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 and that he's on the run. So I called Harrison. I said, Harrison, hey, waiting are they here? He tell me, sis, no be waiting, you think. This is how I work, this is how I work. I said, well, first of all, they said you're on the run. You have to drop a rebuttal. You have to say your own part of the story, because if you don't talk, they will believe that true, you're on the run. So you have to tell them, even though you don't see everything as it's supposed to be online, keep some confidential information to yourself. But come online and tell them, look, this is me, oh, this is what happened, though. Even though you don't go into the depth of what really happened. Just say something and let it not look as if you are running. And he came online and did that. Though we said his rebuttal, his video was watery. He's watery because he saved some information for himself. He cannot bring everything out in public. So he did his rebuttal, though watery. But he did a rebuttal to say, look, I didn't steal this money. I did not remove this money for my personal gain. And my car was not impounded. My car was, it was me that left my car in the town and left with a transport and left with transport fare, public transport, because these people were already threatening me. So, and that investigation will still be on. He will still go back to the police station for more information, investigation, which he did. They said his rebuttal was not good enough. They said attacking. My dear, investigations are done outside social media. So whatever you have said, let's take it until the police and the court has decided, without, you know, with this thing. So when he now left, the next day he went to see the commissioner, I think the Delta State Commissioner of Police, and who told him to go to the police station. And you know, if your clear conscience will not, if you have a clear conscience, why are you running? Why should you not, you know, go and report to the right authority? Delta State does not have the jurisdiction to handle it. So he drove himself, only him, waka go State CID. He went to the State CID in Edo State because this thing happened in Auchi, and Auchi is under the State CID of Edo State. So he went there and went to see the commissioner. Though it wasn't palatable because he and the commissioner has already had their own bad blood before in the past. So he went to report. This is how it happened and all that. So, but they were not friendly with him. They were attacked. You know what? This thing it does is it will bring bickering, it will bring bitterness, it will bring some level of jealousy and all that. But that's okay. So it wasn't really palatable for him over there and everything. And then they brought out Joe Diauchi as the Diauchi policeman forwarded the money. And they made him look like he was handing the money over to them, and they snapped him just to ridicule him. This is the money he has returned 2 days ago, Abi, a day before. This is the money he has returned 48 hours before. Now they are making him hand over the money as if he's just handing over the money yesterday. And the picture and everything they snapped went viral. All these things they are doing is just for social media amusement, but that is their business. Now, after that, they prepared a warrant. They prepared a warrant and said he should sign it. In that warrant, they said it was them that came into his room and recovered the money. He said, no, now, me carried it in my hand. They carried the money, can't give you now. I was trying to explain to you how I work. I can't give the kidnappers everything. I took out of it and replaced it with fake money, where I can put the chip for tracking. When I explain, you people say you don't want, my explanation is not good enough that I'm a thief, I should go and bring the money. I brought out the money and gave to you people. Now you are not saying that I should sign warrants. It was you people that recovered it from me. How? Not be me bring the money. And that caused argument, and his lawyer vehemently refused that someone is at the gate, and his lawyer vehemently refused that he will sign that warrant that is coming 48 hours after he has submitted the money. Not only him using leg, Akago police station, nobody arrested him. He went there for further investigation and interrogation. Fine, what are that? Open now, let him open. That is powers that be, tussle, competition, tussle and everything, whatever it is. A man is still in the custody of the bandits. Can we all focus on releasing that person first? Can the police just do their job? Can the security agencies just do their job and leave a civilian out of this? Now, the money you are arguing about has been submitted. What else? He's in the police cell. Now, they tried using this 14 days remand to remand him in prison for 14 days and all that. It did not fly. So, there was no remand like the propagandists. Like propagandists are already flying on the internet that he was remanded. He was not remanded. He's just in the police cell, which anything can happen. His lawyer, he still has a good lawyer who can. Good morning, my dear. He still has a good lawyer who can help him come out of it. Now, the Harrison, still thinking that his heart is like how other people's heart is. He's still offering to go and help them. That look, you can see the chip is still on. That this chip is still on. That these people are still, you still can see the location of these people because the chip was placed in that ransom money. That this chip is still on. Look at it, you can see where they are. Can he just assist them? And instead of them talking about how he can assist to get these people, they are focusing on him and the 5.4 million naira, which has been returned. Now, my fear is, should he still go into that bush with these people? Do we still trust that they won't harm him? I'm afraid for him. But if, in all of this, I would just advise that if they are going to charge the matter to court, let them charge the matter to court, and then let us find out who is guilty and who is not guilty. So is he still offering to say, look, I know where these people, I can see it, the chip is still there, they are still with the money, they've not discovered the chip yet or destroyed it. Can we just go and, no, their own is, Harrison should be in the cell, Harrison belittles them, Harrison takes all the glory, Harrison did this, Harrison did that. See, whatever you do in life, pray God for the spirit of discernment. If he had the spirit of discernment and the still small voice of the Holy Spirit talking to him, he will know that this operation was a no-no. He would have focused on Delta State. Harrison has helped my state in so many ways. I may be sticking out my neck for him despite his ugly shortcomings in the past. But I believe that sinners repent. Sinners do repent. People still, no matter how bad they are, may still have an atom of good in them. One time I had a secretary who was not good with money. His shortcomings was money. I set him up many times and he fell. Sometimes he even steal money from my handbag. And I'll tell him, I'll call his name and say, I keep 10,000 for my handbag, now 7,000. And now I give the handbag, now you go keep for office. What happened? Mommy sorry, I took it. He was not good with money. So what I did, I knew how to follow him. But he was not a bad boy. Send him on any errand. He don't deliver. Tell him to do anything. This guy will stick. When I was doing election petitions that year, I leave office by 4 a.m. This, my secretary will stay with me till after my drafting, photocopying, assembling and everything. This boy will walk like a horse. But when it comes to him handling money, he wasn't good with handling money. Will I throw him away because he's clept? He's not good with money. What about the other good things he does for me? Why should I throw him? What if he's my son? Will I throw him away? I kept him close. I kept monitoring him. All I do is that if I want to send him an errand, I'll ask him, sure you have your ATM? He say yes. I will forward the money to his account ATM so that he will use his ATM to deliver, buy whatever or deliver what I want him to do. There are ways you handle people who have their own shortcomings, who have their own flaws, who have their own poison. If you know someone is not good with money, there's a way you handle them. But don't write them off that they are bad and evil people when they still have atom of good in them. On that note, I am still standing with Harrison until a court of competent jurisdiction tells me or declares him guilty as charged.